Welcome back, everybody, to Bloodbath Tactics. I am your host, as not quite always, as most of the time, it is Ben. We've got the mighty trio today. To my right, Mr. Cass.
Hey.
David,
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
That was the David technique.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
No, obviously happy to be here.
Yeah.
As always.
As always.
I think I'm always here.
Cass
Yeah,
is pretty much always
You're
here.
here most of the time.
And on the couch, flying solo on the couch today, but looking fantastic doing it, Mr. Fraser
I
Perry.
made it in. I can man spread on this couch for that camera. I get some freaky action about halfway
for
through.
all
so
the ladies.
Stay tuned.
Oh, wow.
All
We'll have to start
two.
blurring
Yeah.
out the
Cass's dog just hovering. No,
Don't watch.
Don't look. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Off rip, we want to make an apology. I don't know. Like, we want to say thank you for being patient with us. We haven't been haven't released an episode for a while because we did record a Grey Knights episode, a faction focus with Mr. David Corrin, one of the best Grey Knights players in the world.
He's number 2 or something.
Literally one of the best in the world.
ITC, yeah.
Yep. And brand new codex and all that good stuff. There was an issue with sound, so we could not release it properly. So you haven't heard from us for a little while. I think our last episode was the WTC lists, like predictions and like going over cool lists and stuff. So
I think so.
it was a while back. But thank you very much for everybody for being patient. Don't forget, I want to remember at the top of the episode, all the YouTube cool stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get in the comments. It really helps this thing grow and see more eyeballs, get into more eyeballs. That sounds weird.
Getting more eyeballs.
We're trying to keep the lights on, all
Keeps
that good stuff.
Keeps the production going.
So yes, so thank you for joining us, everybody, and apologies for the small break that we took inadvertently. But today we are back, and this one's going to be a little bit freeform, where there's been a lot of meta changes going on recently. There's going to be even more. So we want to talk about, I think off rip, we're going to talk about the new points changes that just dropped for Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, and Death Guard, who were the 3 meta boogeymen for the past. It hasn't really been that long. 2 months,
Bit of an emergency
3 months.
pass.
It's been enough events for
Since
sure.
May, right? May was the last data slate.
No, because in Edmonton,
June
we didn't have this big points drop. Like the Edmonton Open didn't have the big points drop, so we were good, but we weren't fucking like lighting it up.
Edmonton Open was like 2 months ago.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Then immediately after that, we got the big points drop. So that's when it's been actually a problem, right? Yeah. So we're gonna go over those points drops, how that affects the meta, how our lists have changed, how our attitudes have changed towards the game in general, and then we want to talk about our hopes and dreams for the data slate.
Yeah.
Because that is anywhere between 2 weeks to 3 weeks, probably somewhere in that
Well,
in
just
that
because
way.
there's point drops doesn't mean there's not going to be real changes, right? Those are coming too.
Oh, for sure.
If I had to bet money, I would say there's probably going to be some Death Guard rule changes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I would imagine so. That seems a safe bet. But we will definitely get into what we want to see, what we're scared to see, what we think will happen. Again, we don't actually know anything. We don't have the inside tracks. We don't have Games Workshop on the phone. But we're just going to speculate.
We have the rumors we can talk a little bit
rumors.
about.
Yeah,
there we
right.
go.
We've seen lots of rumors, actually. That's fair. What else are we going to do today? Oh, and we're also going to go over, we did just start. We're in round 3 of the Warhammer 40K Calgary Championship. So we want to give a quick shout out to some of the guys who are playing in the event, how it's going so far, how our games have been going. Fraser is the reigning champion. He won the spring season. So we're now in the summer season. And so far, so good. Spoiler alert. So far, so good.
Yeah, we will make it.
You're going to do good.
If I have to win, if I win this season, I have to keep going and pick a different army.
Every season? That seems reasonable. That seems extremely reasonable.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. And then because we did have a backlog of questions that we did get to in the last episode, but because of tech issues, we didn't release the video, we are going to go back to the backlog of your podcast questions from our Discord. And I think we got a couple extra ones that we...
And some of them are Grey Knights, and none of us know anything about Grey Knights, so we're just going to...
I think we're going to remember what
we're
we
just going
talked
to say
about.
what feels right.
Yeah.
And you're going to believe it.
Channel our inner David and think like the Grey Knights because...
I went against the new Grey Knights last weekend at the tournament.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
How'd it feel?
It feels, I don't know. They don't have enough stuff. Like they just don't have enough, and like it's very elite. But if you can, spread them out on the board, like they can't really do much, right? They can't maintain a board state. They can't hold primary. They just and they kind of just get shot off the board.
Yeah, because I've seen a few like recaps of like just like verbal recaps from like Art of War and other like guys I know that have played Grey Knights. And basically, like the Terminator data sheet is like the rules are good, but not for the points. So if you do like the big Paladin brick, you're just losing like 580 points off your list, and then it's like that doesn't punch up as much as it needs to, and as soon as you lose a couple of 5-man squads here and there, like your game's just over.
That's it. Yeah. And Jeremy, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if it gets tagged by anything that's slightly durable and then it happens to survive, then they can't go uppy downy with it, and they can get screened out easy if they could.
Literally anything that's -1 damage, because they're only +1 damage on the charge.
Yep. And then it's just you're sitting there. And then they also have to pass leadership test to actually get their benefits.
So that's in that detachment. So that's in the
Brotherhood.
No,
whatever. No, it's one word.
It's the anti-chaos one.
It's you roll about a leadership check to get sustained or lethal in combat.
Yeah.
And it's called like the bamboozlers or something like that.
Banishers.
Dude, I was weird. I was kind of close.
That's an alley-oop right there.
I got you there. Yeah,
Bamboozles.
The bamboozlers.
Yeah, that's a good detachment name. The
He's almost got it. Yeah.
So yeah, let's okay. So rewinding back ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Points changes. So we saw. When was this? This was last week.
Yep.
Yeah, last week on Wednesday, I think it was, or whatever it was.
Thursday.
We saw emergency points changes. Just no full data slate. Just these 3 armies getting points. And I guess technically we got vote 10 points.
I wouldn't call it like emergency.
No,
emergency would have been like 4 weeks ago.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. It was an emergency a while ago.
It just coincided with the vote 10 release and the vote 10's points going down or up or whatever.
It's not like a code red. It's like a code yellow.
It is a code red.
Like you're not calling the ambulance. You're calling like a home nurse and being like, "Hey, should I maybe go to the hospital?" It's like that was like the feeling of.
We'll get there. Yeah. It's fine.
You don't need to press the beeper.
Yeah, we'll call an Uber to go to the hospital. It's fine.
I'll drive myself, and then it'll get fixed.
You're not going to pay for that ambulance.
And I don't have the actual numbers in front of me, but essentially, speaking from Imperial Knights at least, I think Chaos Knights were almost the exact same as far as points increases. Everything you take got increased effectively. The Atropos went up 40 points, which I think was the big one. I think Canis went up 30 or 35.
Still low.
Still good. Still amazing. Still taking in every single list. I mean, he was 450 before the big drop, and he dropped by, what was it, 75 points?
Yeah.
And now he's gone back up 30 or 35 or something like that. So it's probably where he's supposed to be in the first place. But
the only thing is like a durability side grade because they got like more wounds. So it only matters to a certain strength of weapons.
That's right.
Going from T12 to T11. And with like the additional wounds, anything that's still wounding on like 5s is like it's actually harder to kill.
It's more.
And then he's basically just got like a 45-point chop if you account in like him going up now from
100%. Going from 22 wounds to 26 that's a big jump. 4 wounds is a lot. And the Cerastus class going up from I think it was 20. It's 28 now, and it was 26 or something like that. So that wasn't as big a jump, but. They're all very, very good. The ones that felt it the most for sure, the toughness nerf, was the Armiger class. Like going from 10 to 9 is rough. They did gain 2 wounds, which is good, but they're also the Helverin class actually also went up 10 points in this change as well.
There's a lot of strength 10 in the game.
There's a lot of strength 10 in the game. Meltas are all Meltas essentially are wounding on 4s now.
The entire World Leader army strength 10, basically.
Yeah, well. We were already getting pulled down to strength 9 already from Death Guard. Sorry,
just 8 pounds and Forge Fiends.
8-bound, Forge Fiends, the Berserker heavy weapons. I guess both 8-bound variants, but that's not important.
So you're right.
And then not Karn's at 9.
And the Demon Prince.
Demon Prince at 10 on charge, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so there's a lot of breakpoints there. And
yeah.
So
I would know about World Leaders. Hold on.
Wait, this guy.
What's he studying? What does he think we're bringing?
The secret tech.
What the hell was that?
Hey, wait. So the Armigers definitely saw the biggest downgrade, and on top of that, the Warglaves, which were like objectively, I think, the better of the 2 Armiger classes. Their Melta 4 weapon went from 24 inches to 18 inches, and that's
huge.
That's really, really big. I've been feeling that one specifically, like. I'm in 24 inches. I can at least pop off 2d6 shots. No, you're not even close. Actually,
I felt that actually that was a difference from like almost 9th edition to 10th edition too, because it was 24 inches before, then it went down to 18. I felt that a lot, especially when I was playing Sisters in 9th, because they were very Melta heavy, and I was doing Argent Shroud detachment. I know not a lot of people know that in the 9th, but
what is 9th?
It's essentially Bringer of Flame. It's the assault one, so everything in assault. It was a very shooty detachment.
Yeah.
But we relied on the Meltas a lot, and all 24-inch range multi-Meltas.
Went down to 18.
I think
and their strength was what 10.
A lot of the GW layouts, especially as somebody who runs like Forge Fiends, where my like half distance like range for rapid fire is 18 inches, or my Noise Marines where I'm shooting 18 inches. A lot of the good staging points you have to be just outside of to get like valuable stuff in the middle objectives within 18 inches. Whereas 24, I could find you could kind of stage pretty comfortably in like home ruins.
Sure.
It's a weird kind of like number that just it changes. Like how much you have to expose yourself to
100%.
see like center objectives.
Right. Like if you want to get that 18-inch, like it's going to probably be a trade. Like, am I exposing this to then get shot back?
Yeah.
Well, another good example that's similar points wise, but different functionally, I guess, is when they changed a lot of rules that gave loan up from 12-inch loan up to 18-inch loan up. All of those strats, basically all of those factions that use that just didn't use it anymore. That extra 6 inches, either on range on a weapon or on loan up, for example, is a big difference.
Mini loan up.
Mini loan up. It's a Canoptech Court. Canoptech Court used to have a loan up 18 strat, and they were King Jiggy Wiggy for a while, and now they're
Can you imagine if they gave Void Weavers 12-inch loan up in the first
right.
place?
Oh,
that would be
they would actually be
ridiculous.
playable. yeah. If they give them actual 12, yeah, for sure.
That's your only anti-tank in the entire army, but yeah.
But and also they shouldn't be 24-inch range. So anyway, that's a different topic. But so excuse me, dying. The Knights points went up, and I think generally well received by everybody, including Knights players. I think we were eating well, knowing that we got way too much of a points drops. They've effectively like halved what they've not quite, but they've reversed about half of the points decrease. Mm-hmm. And I think we'll be in a better spot. I think most lists went up somewhere in the range, depending on how many attributes you were taking, how many big knights you were taking, somewhere in the range of 180 to 230 is like kind of
what
like.
Did your league list go up?
Well, I just that list specifically, the last one that I was running was 4 bigs. That one went up for probably like 200-ish.
Right.
190, 200, something like that. So
it's what, like an armature and a half?
Yeah, basically, but it's tough in Knights because you don't have the luxury of really dropping an armature and a half because our points are all tied up in big chunks of one unit, right? So it's like the cheapest thing we have technically as far as a knight is concerned is 140 now. And then you have to start looking at allies, and even then the allies, the cheapest ally I think is like a single priest is like 40, and then like the actual 5-man unit is like 60. So it's a balancing act, especially if you don't have a lot of allies access to it yourself. So
I feel like that's where Chaos Knights are kind of blessed to have access to like Nurglings.
For sure.
To kind of split points.
Yeah, Nurglings are better than
and Beasts of Nurglings. Like
Beasts of Nurgle are fantastic. I think those two are better than probably any ally we have, with the exception of maybe the Immolator, and the Sisters is also very good. But that's also fallen out of vogue a little bit because the armatures aren't as good. So it's very like it's a weird little ecosystem in the Knights sphere right now. But I don't think anybody's complaining super much. I basically dropped a armature in most of my lists, and then dropped an enhancement, and then moved on with my life.
Yeah.
So, or the other pivot is drop 1 big knight. If you're running 4, you drop it down to 3, and then you can actually bring like 4 or 5 little knights and like 1 ally. So still very good list, still very strong. Knights aren't going anywhere. Chaos Knights, similarly, I don't think are going to go anywhere. They weren't performing as well in tournaments, but they're still good.
I feel like that's because Imperial Knights were very good at dealing with Chaos Knights.
100% true. Yeah, the in the
getting
knight versus knight.
Yeah, and then getting your warlord out, you win.
Get the warlord. Our Atropos is better, I think, straight up. So, especially in the mirror match, because it actually buffs the armatures into Titanic. So like the mirror match is not the mirror match, but the Chaos versus Imperial Knights. Yeah, it's Imperial Knight favored hugely.
Yeah.
So I don't think. I would be curious to see, like, does the meta completely shift? This other question too is if less big knights are being taken, which probably will happen to a certain degree. Does the meta change how much anti-tank it's bringing, or does it just? Are we just going to hold fast until we decide what Knights players are taking? Like, what's the logic there? You think?
I think the change happens at the data slate. I think right now Knights are still good.
Yeah, we just hold on.
You hold off. There's still a lot of Knight players out there that have been playing Knights for the last 2 months, aren't going to really change. Mm-hmm. If they do, they can just work around their list and be a little creative and find some other ways. But ultimately, I just don't think it changed too much.
What if people see the nerf and then they're not expecting to see as many Knights, and then as a result they don't bring as much anti-tank, so the Knights win rate goes up because of it?
Sure. That's kind of what I'm saying is like it's
sure.
I think most people like weeks away from data slate are just going to like stay the course, Knights players and anti-tank included. Just kind of chill the fuck out. Nobody makes any changes. Nobody move.
Yeah.
Nobody move. And then we'll see data slate and everything will pop off and go crazy.
Well,
but
yeah, like Death Guard went up, right? And I moved some things around in my competitive list. and what I actually took out was Mephitics. And those are good against knights, and those are good against the monsters. But I figured, okay, well, maybe knights aren't as good. And half the time when I was going against knights or any other matchup, I just found like they weren't the ones winning me the game.
Yeah.
They were just there to threaten the opponent and be like, I can't get near this thing. You have +1 to wound and +1 to hit, right? And so I ended up taking those out and adding more chaff in, which is funny enough because my list went up 190 points.
Sure. Yep.
And then I took out the 2 Mephitics and took an enhancement and 2 and then added spawn. Like, it didn't change too much, right?
Yeah, you had spawn are pretty funny too. Like, I think Poxwalkers are the better choice in general, but like Death Guard spawn, like when they reflect, like all the mortals is actually like if you don't understand how it works and you go into it and it's like, if
you put the wrong little chaff unit into those guys, they're just getting ripped up.
But my list already had the 3 10s, so I didn't. So I might as well just add another chaff because essentially the Mephitics acted as chaff, but just tougher.
Yeah.
I think Death Guard players, if they drop one of the 3 Poxwalker squads, I think that's a mistake. Because I think you need it.
They're so
for
so
early
good.
Game and scoring.
They're so good in so many matchups.
From all my experience in the Death Guard, as soon as those die, then expensive stuff has to play the game. And that's when it's... Yep. But like, so if you drop one of those, it just makes like it way easier.
It instigates the game.
Yeah.
Oh, it pushes your contagion out so early and fast. Like, it's like that's invaluable. And they don't just die to nothing, right? Opponent has to kind of invest some real stuff into them. Otherwise, they're just getting screened. Your contagions up the board. It's crazy.
I'm playing like a newer list with the new updates.
Yep.
Well, Plague Marines weren't touched, so I wanted to kind of experiment with that. And that Champions of Contagion, I've been practicing for a little while.
Yeah. Oh, we played a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really heavy melee list, and the Poxwalkers, I ended up taking out one in them just because like you can kind of you can situate yourself into a closer matchup with screening with them, but you have to be closer, like a little tight niche. You can't just throw them away like you could in VV. Having a 3, so you kind of screen a little bit better with them, and then your heroic is like way better in this attachment because your units are just that much stronger in melee.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I was gonna say, what were do you know off the top of your head the big Death Guard points changes? It was basically everything you take got hit by like 10 points.
There's like CCAS's list, everything increased.
The heavy blight drones went up 20. A bunch of characters went up 10.
Yeah, so the heavy blight launchers all went up 20.
Yeah, that had to happen.
Every list I've seen still is in 3. VV bringing 3.
They could have gone up 30 or 40, and I think they would still just take them.
And here's the thing with them. Like, I think, in VV, they're broken. They have that strat to roll the amount of shots determine the amount of shots.
Bonkers.
They have Lord of Virulence. Yep. And in Hammer, they were that good, too, because you had Lord of Virulence as well. But now with Hammer kind of getting decimated in this data slate or this new update, Hammer got hurt way harder because it increased the Plague Burst Crawlers, but you're not taking Plague Burst Crawlers in any other detachment.
That was crazy. How much did they go up?
15, I think.
Yeah. That's crazy. Like, literally nobody else outside of Hammer is taking them, and they're like, whack them.
You're not playing them anymore. Hammer's... I'm sure someone could figure out
someone
Hammer
will do
list.
it.
I think Hammer was debatably the easiest one to play.
Probably easiest.
Because it's like point, Death Shroud.
Yeah.
Charge, game over.
All right, so where do I want my Death Shroud today? Okay, let's go over here. Oh, you left a 6-inch hole there, you idiot.
You're done.
It was
imagine leaving a 6-inch hole in your backfield. Who does that?
Yeah, and definitely the easiest play. And I don't like those types of style of lists anyways. I'm more of a infantry based and and all about movement where like the Hammer was just don't parking lot yourself and just make sure your Death Shroud can land and call it a day and you'll win.
And for me, the rule of thumb is try not to play the lowest hanging fruit like detachment armies, because if it's easy to play, then there's a lot of people that are going to do well with it, and then you're going to get nerfed. And then you're going to be. But if you play something that's more complicated to play, then the win rate's generally not going to climb as high, even though like people that love the faction are still going to play it. Yeah. And then you could be sat in a really good spot where you feel like almost unbeatable with an army, but the win rate's like middling.
Yeah, you pre-nerfed yourself, so you're already good to go. Like you've been training in the pre-nerf state, except when it comes to Emperor's Children, because there's only one good attachment. So.
and there's like in the league, like me and Anthony are the only Emperor's Children players that have like won games.
That's true
so far. And
but
like,
the win rate am I incorrect that there's just one good attachment?
100%.
It's just Coterie.
100%. Right? And if when you play against Coterie, you'll understand that like oh wow, that's a good army. And then you play any other detachment, it's like,
dog.
Who the hell wrote this?
They have 5 detachments. Is that right?
I don't even know.
I don't even know either.
No, they have one detachment pen.
Yeah. I've literally seen one detachment, so that makes sense. Cool. So you think so? Death Guard, yeah. So similar to Knights, you're dropping a couple pieces, you're moving things around, still in a good spot.
I mean, like the data sheets are just good. We have good rules too, and I don't think the rules are broken. I just think that there has to be some other answers to them, and people just need to figure out a meta, right? Like, world leaders actually aren't a freaking slam dunk anymore. Right? Like they have that dev wounds and infantry and doing those mortal wounds and swooping hawks doing mortal wounds. Like these are all things that can beat Death Guard handily. You just have to find the meta and find the way to beat it. Like, have you gone against any Death Guard besides me?
Yeah. Actually, I played 3 Death Guard at the Edmonton Open. I played like nothing but Death Guard.
And you were
I only lost to you.
You were 2-1.
Yeah, I only lost to you.
Right?
I only lose to you ever. Stupid Death Guard play. Actually, that's not true. We'll get to it, but my first league match, I actually lost to Death Guard. The only army I've really lost to since Knights got good is Death Guard. Simon got me one time, but then other than that, it's like Death Guard. Yeah. Death Guard is all my losses.
Simon with Fire Dragons, though, right?
Simon with his Tyranids, where he Shadows in the Warp, and literally my whole army battle shocked, so I got no primary for a whole turn. I was like, sick.
Oh, man.
Awesome. Good game. It was not sweet, Cass. It was not sweet.
I like it. But there's ways to beat them, and I think that like having a menace like Death Guard is a good thing for a meta, because now you have to also consider them when you're building your lists, and you have to consider Knights still. And then you have to also consider those other mid-range armies, or like, what if you get Alpha Strike? Like, there's a whole bunch of armies you have to consider. And I look at you because you're just going to advance charge and shoot and kill everybody.
Fraser, Alpha Strike?
You deployed wrong. Well, that's the game.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That
right?
definitely
But that's
can't
something
happen.
you have to consider, right?
Yeah, that's not how you typically play. You're a much more heads-up player than that. But
because people I play don't normally give
But
that
if
to
people
me.
will give it to you, you're going to take it, obviously. I mean, you'll not just do it. If you're going to put it on the line, then you're fucking smashed.
Yeah.
So you're telling me my Rhino can get in there right now and disembark with these Noise Marines and then charge you over here and shoot that. Oh, God.
That's the well.
You're dead.
Well, because I have 3 Exultant squads. I don't mind giving away one for like early coterie. And they scout 6, get out 3, move 7, and then advance and charge. So it's like they're moving 22 inches before a charge. And it's like that like half kills a big knight. It can pretty much kill any infantry squad in the game. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Exultants can, when you advance with a Rhino, you can still charge with them after?
No, like the Rhino scouts, and then they get out.
Got it.
So they get out 10, and then they advance and then charge. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, and then the Rhino advance charge.
They fast.
They can do whatever they want.
It just does move blocks.
That's the nice thing about Emperor's Children.
Cool.
That's the nice thing about Emperor's Children is you look, and literally every single unit in your army has like options. Every single one. Like the board state does not dictate what you should do. It gives you a series of decisions, and your job is to just try not to make bad ones, because you can touch literally anything you want to without like blocking yourself with the army roll, which you have to be careful not to do because you can't like double charge. But it's really fun to play.
Oh yeah, I mean, since it was released, it was one of those armies that's like, if you got the player skill to make this sing, you're gonna go places with that, because there's so many options. The board is your oyster.
Well, and being able to do an average of like 15 mortals in the charge phase as well, like out of like your normal damage phases, like really opens up like a lot of like movement with the army too. Because like this almost didn't die, but it's within like 6 inches of this other unit. Well, I know the Demon Prince base is like kind of like right around like 2.5 inches. So it's like charge this, basically do like an average of 5 mortals, then pile into this, then attack this, and then it's so good. It's so much fun.
They are very good. So I wanted to ask before we pass on kind of the Imperial Guard, Death Guard changes. As a player of neither of those armies, where's your head now? If you're going into a singles event this weekend, for example, where's your head at? Are we taking less anti-tank? Are we teching for Death Guard still? What are you thinking?
I've never played Death Guard with Emperor's Children, but I don't think that's a good matchup for Emperor's Children, personally.
Sure.
If I was running my world leaders, I wasn't worried about Death Guard at all in the first place, like pre-nerf. Generally, whatever, like with my 2 armies, with world leaders, I'm probably slotting in a Mauler Fiend somewhere just to shore up.
Sure.
like night matchups, and even if I run into like Jake, like great unclean ones, okay, I'm playing Jake. I know that this Mauler Fiend can come in wherever I want it to, 6 inches from the edge of the board, and it can 3/4 kill a great unclean one on average, and then that matchup just completely like turns on its head.
Right.
So it's like I'm probably bringing, if I'm bringing World Leaders, I'm probably adding a Mauler.
Sure.
If I really don't want to run into Knights or Jake, I'm bringing 2 Maulers, which is really funny because the army still operates really well like without that stuff. She still have like 2 Berserker bricks, still have 8 bound, still have like basically everything, and then just like.
What do you take off the second Mauler?
I was gonna say, what does a Mauler cost?
150.
So do you just swap out?
So basically, my list for World Leaders would be either you don't lose a Forge Fiend. My list for World Leaders would be either my Edmonton list, and then you just drop one of the Exalted, and they turn into a Mauler.
Sure.
And then I have 2 8-bound and 1 Mauler, or I could drop another one of the 8-bound and go down to 1 8-bound and 2 Maulers.
Our Exalted 150 for 3.
Exalted are 160.
Holy shit, they're pricey.
150.
They're
right,
going, they're
going,
one.
They're going down to 135.
You just drop the Exalted.
It's super interchangeable depending on like how anti-tank I want to be. They're going down to 135.
Says where?
Allegedly.
Says
allegedly.
Says the same points that exactly quoted the Death Guard.
We can transition into that next because that's kind of data slate, rumors, leaks, wish list, etc.
I will say,
hey, I grabbed those.
If we're talking Emperor's Children, I have to bring Maulers right now, or I get kind of run over by Knights. Like they are my like. Because apart from like the Exaltant, like once per game, and like Charge Mortals, it's like I don't really have much for Knights.
The Lethal Sustain is kind of like your best option, really.
Yeah, but like how am I going to get to that?
Yeah, you have to get there. It's not like it's not a button you just press to make it happen.
Yeah,
you can't just roll dice better. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
well,
I have to kill units
into
first,
a big Knights list. I was going to say for running 5 bigs or 4 bigs or whatever,
and that's why Coterie is the only playable because I can like just heroically intervene from like with like a garbage Tormentor squad or like Noise Marines. And then for 1 CP, you have to fight that. So my Maulers, my Infractor squads are getting multiple activations. Then they get to fall back and do whatever. And your Knight's just stuck there fighting garbage.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, we had a match.
Sisters?
Yeah, we had a match not too long ago.
And it's actually
it's super annoying against Knights.
So
it's super annoying.
With big Knights like that. I have not
taunt.
Literally. I've played.
It is taunt.
I played 3 games with Emperor's Children against big Knights, and 2 of them have been like more than 65-point wins.
It's a very hard puzzle for a Knights player to work out. Like Cass said, we played this was a couple weeks ago, a quick practice game. My Knights into your Sisters, and you had there was on my expansion objective a Lancer fighting like 3 units of Sisters for like the whole game until he just died.
Eventually
he just died. I was like,
see, the advantage that Sisters has that EC does is my characters come back. And keep on doing it to
my
them.
characters do not come back. Well, one of them does. But I always forget to bring him back, so it doesn't count. Yeah.
The Demon Prince come back
with enhancement. There's 2 good enhancements in Coterie. Right. One of them's leadership test come back with D6 wounds, and the other one that's debatably better, that's 30 points, is every turn. You get a flip to a 6. So you fail a melt to save, flip to a 6.
Every turn, though.
Every turn, not battle round. Yeah, so you fail a melt to save. Oh, no,
I
didn't.
Is it a save, hit, or wound?
Yeah.
Save, hit, wound.
Yeah.
It's only those
3. And then they're only strength 8. So it's like when you're damaging stuff as well, you just go boop.
Sure. Because it's turn, right?
Yeah, and it's hilarious. Like with Emperor's Children, you rapid ingress in front of something that has like 2 shots. That's like extremely anti-tank. You're like, shoot me.
Yeah, I dare you.
Shoot me.
That's the one thing I found with Demon Prince is the strength 8 was always kind of like their breaking point.
Their job,
it wasn't good enough.
Their job is to be survivable and do the mortals, and while the rest of your army is just...
But like even in Death Guard, like it's a still strength 8, but mine has the extra AP. Yeah. I get a little -1 toughness sometimes, but it's still like this weird, awkward... 8 is just a weird...
The only one that punches up hard is the World Leaders one, because it has 9 attacks on the charge, goes to strength 10, and it can go up to AP 3, and it has dev with 3 damage.
Yeah, no, that sounds appropriate.
Oh, they're 8 attack space.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a World Leader's Demon Prince. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because mine's 7 base, but it makes sense for
Devil,
right?
Yeah.
7.
What's the base of the Emperor's Children then?
6.
Oh, what's his number? 9? 8? No, 8 is World Leader, 7 is Nurgle, 6 is Slaanesh.
So that might make sense.
Right.
What's their other ability then? Is it Dev or something?
With Demon Prince?
Yeah.
Always -1 damage.
No. I mean the sword.
The
Hellforged sword.
No. Nothing.
No rule?
Nothing.
No.
Well, because he himself has -1 damage all the time, and then like impact mortals.
It's just so the Death Guard one has lethal. The World Leaders one has dev wounds.
Right.
right? So it's just like
well, technically, once I get my army roll going, it's re-rolling hits, wounds to 1, and
and
lethal sustain on 5s. And when you get the lethal sustain going, it's
cool,
the
right?
entire army. Lethal sustain on 5s. You're like, oh wow, this squad just kills.
Yeah, just whatever
anything
you
right
have
now.
We're at that tournament. You were explaining to me like, oh, I know how it feels.
Well, because there's in Coterie, there's like 1 CP, reroll all hits. So it's like, and
with
that
sustain
just,
lethal and everything
and that just
on
supports.
5s.
And like the Exultant squads, like if you're on an objective, they reroll all their wounds too, and they have lethal like built in. So it's just like, okay,
That has to be like such a good feeling, obviously from your side of the table, where like that point in like a close game where you're both low on units, but you've got enough kills to be like all amped up and juiced up.
If we're trading,
Right.
that's the nice part. If we're
Right.
playing a good competitive game, we're trading. My army's getting better the entire
Huge.
game,
Yeah.
as your army's like thinning on resources.
Yeah. Turn 4, you're just smashing anything you run into.
it's
the
like
whole game.
it's like the EC is like a better Sisters list. Because Sisters always get better as the game goes on. There's more miracle dice.
sure.
They get +1 hit
Yeah.
wound everywhere, and they can just kind of out attrition you.
Yeah.
Where like EC's doing the same thing with less units,
Yeah.
but way more power.
Oh man, it's
Yeah,
so
Way more
fun.
And
like,
fall back, shoot, and charge on the whole army.
Oh, they just force activations at you.
to be
Yeah.
honest,
all the time.
I have not had that much fun playing Warhammer in a long time. Because it's
Sure.
like the Ultramarines too. You're always rerolling hits and wounds of 1, and have the option for full rerolls to hit if you want. And it's just like the reliability, as well as the movement, and all of your strats are defensive. You have AOC. I see what you rolled on your wound roll, and then I can choose to pop a 6-up Feel No Pain or a 4-up Feel No Pain against like mortals after you give the mortals to me.
Sure.
And then you have like the force you to fight me strat, and it's just like all the strats are extremely defensive. The army rule, they get
Right.
more like offensive over time, and like the data sheet abilities are cool.
Very balanced.
It's because like they don't really punch up all that well.
No.
There's a few things that they do, but you have to like commit multiple units to kill, say, one thing.
Yeah.
Or multiple activations. But over time, then it's only you're committing one thing because you're just doing so much more.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Even like
So
Noise
much
Marines and Rhinos, it's like you put the Rhino properly. Blastmaster has either 12 shots at strength 6, AP 2, ignoring cover 1 damage, or 6 shots coming out of the Rhino, strength 10, AP 2, 3 damage.
Ignoring cover.
Right? And then as soon as like the Rhino dies,
So
boop,
good.
Noise Marines are out behind cover. I get a full other activation. It's like I had like 2 squads of like Blastmasters. And
Yeah,
it's just
gross.
like it's
Oh,
sweet,
it is
man.
how that works, hey? Because it's open top and then you get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or cool tricks he can do too.
Gross.
He can have like a Rhino back here. Noise Marines are tagged in combat because like, oh, okay, we'll stop the shooting.
Right.
Fall back into. Well, I guess you could fall back anyways, but you could like fall back into your
Into
Rhino
the
and shoot
rhino,
out
and then
the
the rhino shoots you.
Yes.
We have fallback and shoot anyway.
But you had fall
Yeah,
back
but
and
you
shoot.
couldn't fall back and shoot that unit.
you could not.
So you fall back into the rhino.
But you
The
can-
rhino
yeah,
shoots.
you
and
can
then
fall
adds
back
to
and
it.
shoot.
That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
gross.
yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
God, that's gross.
I had a game the other
Disgusting.
day, and I think I had like I think it was like some kind of flamer, and I had my Rhino right here. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fall back into the Rhino.
Into the rhino.
Shoot my flamer. He's like, what did you just do? You can't fall back and shoot my Rhino. But my Rhino
No.
can.
The rhino shoots.
Rhinos are actually such fun.
Rhinos are
attack.
gross,
So that's a neat
dude.
trick for anyone who's listening too. So if you're ever in a situation, you have a Rhino, say you have a good shooting unit that was tagged by the opponent, just fall back and then fall back within 3 inches to then embark into your Rhino, and your Rhino has firing deck. That Rhino didn't fall back or advance or anything. That Rhino can shoot. The character's now inside. It has nothing to do with the character falling back and shooting.
That's right.
So it's a neat little trick that you can do. And
That's good. I didn't think of that. I don't play anybody that has rhinos, so
It means you don't play chaos at all because
Yeah.
every single chaos.
Yeah, I've
army-
been playing Rhinos
There's
for
so
years.
much chaos in Calgary
so
too.
much chaos.
But even
It's the year of
Sisters,
chaos,
I played
man.
Rhinos. I played 2 Rhinos and emulators.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Emulators. Yeah, emulators good. Not
Emulators
open top
great.
though.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, we kind of touched on briefly data slate. So we saw some leaks. We kind of mentioned them briefly. What were the? Do you know the world leaders ones off rip?
Yeah.
Like what do you think?
Forge Fiends up 20, Spawn up 10, Exalted 8 bound go down
10,
15,
something like that. Yeah.
go down.
Are they still takeable?
Ex-
Going down 15?
Exalted 8 bound were not takeable at all. Anyway, in the first place.
But even with a 15 point,
You just had one at the Edmonton Open.
I did for Deep Strike to give the one homie that holds the Berserker Glaive Deep Strike, but now I have to play Knights. My
that's
Berserker
right.
Glaive's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Mo.
right.
Yeah.
The slaughter bound.
Yeah, so they went down 20 points from 160 to 140 at the Exalted. The regular 8 bound went from 150 to 135, and Karn went up 15. And
15?
Karn's still probably one of the
You
most.
said Forge Fiends up 20.
Yeah,
That feels right too.
I've already made my new list.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is like
Did it change?
basically the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just kind of like move stuff around. right?
Basically, my slaughter bound that was holding Favorite of Corn magically shifts into like Mo holding Favorite of Corn, and now that Mo is just like sitting alone somewhere on the board for like scoring, and I need him alive for like Favored to get all the buffs from my army. Yeah. And it's like literally just like that change. And then I shifted, I think I shifted back to have 3 regular 8-bound, and like it's exactly 2,000 points. And it feels like just as strong as it was before.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Shuffling things
because
around.
before it felt insane.
You still running 2 Forge Fiends?
Always.
Yeah. And 2 Berserks.
Always. Those Berserker squads.
Yeah, the Berserker squads.
With the pressure, if you cannot clear off either like a Mauler Fiend or the 8-bound plus the Demon Prince plus the first squad of Berserkers.
Yeah, the next layer.
Then like the next like layer with like Master of Execution is literally just gonna like pick your army up. And once you don't have enough to competently deal with the Berserkers, then be in the middle of your army and me be able to spend 1 CP to 8-inch Blood Surge in any direction is like
dude, it's so fucking rough.
Is silly.
It was rough before they had a 8-inch Blood Surge.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out the as a
when it was
army,
a random
like,
D6, now it's D6 plus 2 with the option for 1 CP to make it like guaranteed 8.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just sucks because you had to be at 9.1 away, and you're like, I'm never gonna get anywhere.
Yeah. Now you're not on your expansive, and I have a bleed
where
on death stratagem.
I'm just like hanging on the outskirts doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like
you
an
just
idiot.
have to not shoot them and charge them, but then that's also not a good. Great
you can grenade and shoot something else.
Sure,
that's all you can get.
So I fight on death up literally the entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you fight on death.
It's just like, bro.
You have to shoot them, but you can't shoot them.
That honestly, that's probably my nightmare matchup for Emperor's Children is World Leaders. Playing a melee army into World Leaders is like daunting because all full fight on death, -1 damage wherever they want, and their profiles with like the Forge Fiend support now. It's just like I hate playing against it.
Yeah, I guess your strategy would be like again early pressure with a good screen early, and then setting up those Demon Prince charges and hoping to get the one up on the trade.
That's it.
Like I'm just saying, like that would be the game plan. Yeah. Like I don't see. And then making sure that they don't kill the Demon Prince back, and then they're kind of stuck in the middle for then your shooting to come up and kill it.
What kills the Berserkers? Noise Marines.
Yeah.
Sure.
What else do I need Noise Marines to kill? 8-bound and basically like everything in the army. So what kills the Maulers? And it's like
right.
What kills the Maulers? What kills the Forge Fiend? And it's just
your Maulers kill the Maulers.
Yeah,
for sure. World Leaders Maulers?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Absolutely destroy Emperor's Children Maulers.
You're charging first, man.
I'm still not. Emperor's Children Maulers whiff so easily. Are you kidding me?
You keep saying him. He's playing both of them.
Yeah,
which one are you talking about?
Do you play by yourself at home?
You should.
Don't frame that like
self-chest.
that. No, because Emperor's
I got you.
Emperor's Children Maulers are like they get better as they get damaged, and they're like 6 attacks. World Leaders Maulers are like they get better as you get damaged, like a quick tank shock or like anything, and they have 9 attacks.
Right. Yeah.
And they can go up to AP3.
Yeah, it's not close.
And it's just like it's and they have sustained up all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hitting on 2s with sustained 9 attacks. D6 plus 1, strength 16, AP3. And it's just like, wow, this thing's 150 points, and on average it lifts a big knight. Cool. Not a Lancer.
I think you can figure it out. I think there's a win path. For sure.
I would need to if I pair up into David in the league, I'll figure it out.
There has to be a win path. I think there is.
Probably somewhere.
It's just
I can't think about it without directly having a board state in front of me to like solve.
Sure. No, that's fair. I mean, that's reasonable. It's all very situation specific, especially with Emperor's
2 extremely fast armies. It is very board state dependent.
Deployment, everything, right? Yeah. Cool. So that was World Leaders leaks. I don't know any other points off the top of my head. There's been a bunch of leaks. Somebody was showing World Leaders. Somebody was showing Ultramarines. I think I saw at some point. There's a bunch of leaks going on. So let's instead of like trying to remember the exact numbers on drops.
Orcs are getting some buffs.
Orcs getting buffs.
Sanguinary Guard are going up. Wraiths are supposed to be going up.
Oh, that was a weird one. That's like one of the ones I'm like, there's no way that's true. So they
deserve it. They deserve it.
What are Necrons doing right now? Are you scared of Necrons right now?
They're so annoying to play against.
They're sure, but they've been annoying for
like if
a year and a half.
Necrons, quit the hobby.
So Necrons have always been like for this whole edition, as far as I could tell, just like the baseline good army. Like they're just solid. They've never really been into like the C tier. They're always like hovering between A and B, just like good, solid, always good. If you have a Necron army at home, you've got a good army. They changed the Wraith points at the last points change down, and I think the Technomancer went up, so it was kind of like the same thing, or they both went down, I can't remember. But it didn't change anything. The Necron position in the meta has not changed at all. No one's talking about them. They're just good army. So that for them to nerf Necrons out of nowhere is like...
I would 1,000% rather play against Wraiths than that Warrior Brick, though. I hate that Warrior Brick.
It's just 2 very different things. They're both very annoying, but they're 2 very different things. The warrior brick is probably more difficult, but the wraith brick is also more points invested, like a lot more points invested. After all the extra stuff.
After playing Scotty at like the freaking the Alberta Classic, there's no way I'm going to Edmonton without my world leaders. So it's just like, you are not going to be a problem.
Oh, Scotty's here?
Yeah.
Here's Berserkers.
I think he's running it.
I guarantee
just actually not being able to kill it is like, thank God he shot something to death in the first time while I was playing Inari. If he did not shoot it all and just like moved, I would have lost the game. And it would not have been close. Because he shot something to death. It was like, oh, Wave Serpent, Fire Dragon, your deployment zone, you kill that Incarn there, and then like, yeah.
Then it all fell apart.
But like, apart from that, like, Scotty played it well, but like shooting in the first turn like was brutal.
Scotty knows what he's doing.
But,
I lost.
That list is so frustrating. Wasn't that all like OC3 each, or like OC?
The OC3 with the Catacomb Barge,
OC4?
Not OC4. No, just
that would be.
But 20 guys with OC3.
Yeah, this is
still
60 OC.
Well, actually, 20, 22, 23, like 24 guys with like OC2 to 3.
Have you ever played that shit on like the Ritual? Oh my God! What the? You're
no more Ritual in the actual pack anymore. Hey, that's cool.
I think Adam played it at the Edmonton Open, and he shot, didn't kill the unit. He's like, "Okay, we can call this game."
Seriously, that's Adam's thing though. So I played Adam like twice in the last like probably Goonhammer and then in the league.
Yeah,
and it's like as soon as they're like you're clearly in a winning board, he can't like play out the last 2 turns. Like watch what happens. He's like, yeah, I think we can probably just math this out from here.
Actually, Votan is one of the armies that probably can pick up the warrior brick in one activation. Like they could do it.
He was on
not
guard.
Anymore.
Well, actually, I don't even know. I don't know anything about new Votan, so
those bikes don't do it.
They don't do it? Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Fantastic. So Necrons, yeah, that's a weird one. Necrons changes. I'm trying to think what other points changes. But let's talk about what we want to see. Instead of like analyzing leaks and stuff like that, because they could happen, they could not happen. What do we want to see from the data slate? Like rules-wise.
Just leave DG alone. I'm good with that.
I bet you will.
Not going to happen.
I think like keep the 6-inch deep strike, but...
Controversial.
Whoop, whoop, hot take alert. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's been a while.
You could just ingress. You don't deserve to make a 6. Like
no, they should push it to a 7. I don't think they will, but they should push it to a 7 because it's on brand because it's a 7, and it's just a statistical, quite a significant nerf. So just push it to a 7, and you're fine. And then, but they're going to hit you with the patented triple nerf, right? It's what points, rules, and
just smash
whatever
the
third thing is.
Poxwalkers are going to Legends. No more infiltrates.
Well, I think they moved the cultists out because they wanted Poxwalkers to be that chaff. So
it'd be so funny if they took infiltrate off Poxwalkers.
There's no way they do that.
Like, oh shit!
Nerf them into the ground. Yeah. Jesus, holy crap! That's the only reason they're taken.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't know what they'll do.
What rules changes could they give you? They would
probably an extra CP for the VV rerolls. Because it's 1 CP right now.
Oh, for sure. That goes to 2.
That one
has to
go
up.
Your Lords of Contagion is coming back.
But then that's 3 2 CP strats in that detachment if that goes up.
That's fine. Knights have 3 2 CP strats.
That's why you bring a Demon Prince.
Knights have 3 2 CP strats, so. And you have a discount.
I get that you guys just want to see it nerf to the ground, but
that's
not solving your problem.
Don't you?
Stupid.
That's not solving
your problem. And the
Tallyman.
Yeah, but Tallyman's not.
You get +1/-. You get
Tallyman at least is not.
He's not consistent.
He's not 40 points. Why was he 40 points? That's crazy. That's
he's fair now.
Well, I mean,
he's what 60 now, 70.
Well, I mean, if you think about
it, he's 50. You're up 10. Yeah. That's still crazy.
If you think about it, Grots are like 40 points.
That's a rip.
And they can screen out a whole backfield, and they do the same thing.
Yeah, but they also die to a stiff breeze.
Yeah, but not on your home objective.
Yeah, well. I guess. But so does that's the same thing as a Tallyman. Tallyman's just on your home objective too.
Yeah.
But he's tougher. He's tougher.
But Grots can screen out.
Yeah, that's true. It does screen out better.
Nerf orcs again.
Poor orcs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they will not touch Mortarion. Mortarion is not taken enough for them to touch Mortarion. So Mortarion may come back into vogue.
If they are going to change something, I think we all know it's going to be something to do with the Death Shroud. If they are going to,
it has to be Death Shroud.
I'm not saying they deserve it, but I'm saying logically, that is what's going to change.
Right.
Because for somebody who's not super experienced in the game, screening that out is like literally a nightmare.
Yeah.
And it is like cruel and unusual punishment to the mid-table
Even if
players.
you are experienced in the game, it's a nightmare.
Taking out Hammer really helps that though.
Sure.
Because now I have to force contagion on you guys. I can't just like pick that thing and just deep strike there at 6 inches.
You weren't playing Hammer anyway.
Well, that's me, but like
because when is contagion range checked?
The second it happens. Does it?
Battle round.
No, it can't be battle round. Because if it was battle round, then when you moved up, it wouldn't count.
Start of the battle round?
For contagion?
Yeah, 3, 6, 9. Start of the battle round.
No. Like when is contagion?
When is contagion checked?
Like
no,
when can you put me
not
into
the extension.
contagion?
Once you move into contagion range, the unit is immediately in contagion range. That's what he's asking.
But if I move in within 9 inches, you could trigger other things. It's the same thing.
Maybe if they changed the 6 inch to like or contagion range to like phase lock.
Kick it out for well.
So
if they make it phase locked, you nerf the Death Guard into the ground. I think that's the problem.
But the only thing it affects is Death Shroud because you're still putting things in contagion by the time you shoot or melee.
It's all the shooting. It's all.
No,
yeah, but he's saying phase locked. I see what you're saying, right?
By the time the shooting phase rolls around, something would already be in contagion.
Right. So then you flip over shooting.
So the only thing it changes is something would already have to be in contagion to.
It's an aura.
Yeah.
Death Guard have no aura.
They just change it. They have no aura.
It used to not be
L aura.
Ninth edition, it wasn't an aura. It was the contagion was just like the thing that they did, and people like, oh, not affected by auras. There was some rules in 9th. I don't know if you remember, but
I feel like
but it's like it doesn't affect this. It's always on.
There's so many stupid like stipulations.
I get my gut reaction when you said that was that you would nerf them in the ground, but maybe that's not true. I'm trying to think of other interactions that would happen if contagion wasn't like immediately applied when they were once they're in range. I can't think of any off the top of my head, so maybe that's a reasonable change.
Well, because by the time the fight phase starts, you've already charged.
Stuff is already in range.
Right? By the time the shooting phase starts, you've already moved.
Right.
So the only thing it affects is your Death Shroud can still 6 inch of the movement phase, but your opponent has to be within 6 or 9 inches of something at the start of the movement phase. So that way you're not taking away the 6 inch,
right?
But you can't like move and pull somebody into contagion to then.
That could be it.
And I think that could be better
it.
for Death Guard than straight up just losing a 6 inch.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Because then you just do it with.
I think it's like a middle of the ground fix.
But then
we
just wrap it instead.
Yeah, which is what you should have to do.
Which is what everybody else in the world has to do.
But we're talking about other factions like demons can actually 6 inch in charge.
Don't even talk to me about demons right now. I don't even want to.
Yeah, you can't even beat demons.
Demons don't deserve to be on this episode. No, I can't beat the Guo. God,
but, like,
you can't beat Jake.
Okay, no, I wouldn't. How dare you?
Does Gene Steel Cross have a 6 inch charge now?
No, I don't think so.
Tyranids do.
World Leaders have a come in.
Grey Knights do.
Is it? I think it's come in 6 inches, but we're not allowed to charge after it.
Who?
For 1 CP in the 8 bound attachment.
You move
8 pounds to it.
Like a million inches. You can get across the board.
10 inches?
Dude, that has to be the dumbest strat.
Yeah. 1 CP you can
maybe in the game.
Yeah.
World Eaters 8 bound can deep strike and then
in
not charge.
In the worst attachment. The detachment rule is they give 8 bound blood surge. And there's not a way to auto it without an enhancement. And it's like, you come in 6 inches for a CP. It's not on your data sheet, but you cannot charge.
You can't charge.
And they have no guns.
Dude, isn't there like a little lore blurb where it's like they make scary sounds in the darkness around you? Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Give them stealth or something at that point. Like, just give them something.
I don't know. World Leaders in general just need to be fixed because they kind of pointed everything for being in Berserker Warband with an extra strength and attack.
Yes,
sure.
So by default, all the other detachments just like kind of unusable.
Yeah, that Berserker Warband has everything in World Leaders.
And then Demon Kin got nerfed, right? So
yeah.
Here's a general change they can make: bump everything up in World Leaders by 1 strength, and then make Berserker Warband +1 strength, +1 attack. So at least Berserker's a strength 5, at least 8 bound a strength, and it gives the other detachments
spreads out the buff. Yeah. Actually,
but it's not making Berserker Warband stronger.
Berserker stays the same.
Else. Yeah.
It's helping out everything else.
Berserker gets stronger if you're not charging, I guess, technically, but that's kind of whatever. Who cares?
Why are Corn Berserker strength 4?
They got little arms. They don't work out enough.
Yeah.
They got tiny little arms.
God. Heavy chain axes. They can't really pick them up as fast as they need to. Yeah.
What else?
Please never make that noise. Yeah, YouTube, make that a short.
My wimpy World Leaders.
They got 2 hurt in Istaban 5.
Yeah, I know. Istaban 5. Isn't it Angron that just keeps getting? I don't read the lore, but I think Angron's just been clapped like 3 times now.
I've been slowly reading a lot of the Black Library, but I have not had an Angron fight yet. I don't think.
I think they're just like killing Demon Primarchs because they do come back.
Yeah, they just kill Primarchs all the time because it's the cool thing to do. Because it's fun.
Because the demon ones just go back in the warp and they come out.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the good ones come back too now, right? So eventually. Well,
Vulcan just came back.
Well, has he?
Did Vulcan die?
Vulcan is an Eternal, so he can just keep coming back forever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's broken.
Nerf his ass. What's his face came back? Robot Gilliman, Robot Girly Man for Ryan out there. He came back. The Lion came back. They all just come back. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Vulcan model just released on Saturday.
Really? For what? 30K? For what?
For 40K. Salamanders. You can do Vulcan.
I didn't even see that.
I missed this too.
Yeah.
The Vulcan, like the Primarch.
It must not have been that cool. The Lion's probably still way cooler of a model. The Lion is a sick model.
The Lion's sick.
Yeah.
The Vulcan's in the same pose but a smaller base.
As same pose as the Lion?
Why are they putting stuff in a smaller base after they made Fulgrim unplayable?
Huge.
That's crazy.
Because they made this dope ass giant model. They're like, I guess we have to put this on a huge ass.
It doesn't even. If you put it on like the 4-inch base, it doesn't even overhang.
Oh, does it not really?
I'll look it up as
one
rules.
part of the
Actually, I don't
table.
know if I can find them.
Vulcan? Did they release a Vulcan? That's crazy. Didn't hear anything about this. They released a Primarch and I didn't hear anything. I think you're smoking something.
Guess just not a true fan.
Do
like
you
me
think
and Cass.
I was at the store the other day.
What rules changes do you want to see to Knights that would make them more fair?
Knights?
Vulcan, Histan.
That's not Vulcan the Primarch.
Oh.
That's his like little. That's like the chapter master or something.
Delete that.
I thought it was.
No, it's the dude who named himself
So
after.
striding into battle with the weapons of his Primarch in his hands, the Forge Father lays
he's
down.
Vulcan.
He's like the chapter. He's like the chapter master or something like that of the guys. It's not actual Vulcan.
So you just had some
folks.
salamander player
Cass
scrambling. They paused the video and they're
I was
scrambling
like,
on
dude, they didn't
Google.
release a Primarch and I didn't know about it. Get out of here.
It's feel no pain.
Ooh, exciting.
What rules changes do I want to see for
He has a
Knights?
lot of
Well,
rules, too.
what do you think we could see, or do you think the points is enough? I don't know what you do. I think you nerf Canis probably somehow.
I forget what Canis even does.
He does all the things. He has the minus one
take away
CP
half
on
those
himself.
things.
Take half the things and be fine. We still take him.
Maybe have his reroll just once per battle round.
That's. I'm surprised they didn't do that already. So they probably will do that.
Yeah.
The interaction with Sir Hector is kind of very unique, so they'll probably just keep that. That's cool.
For sure, you got to keep that.
Sustain on 5s could go away, but that would be pretty crappy.
Does Sir Hector always get out, or if you roll a 1, he just like dies?
He always gets out.
ninth.
He always gets out. On a 1, he takes a mortal wound though, because you are getting out from a destroyed transport, notably, and then he gets a feel no pain because he has an Imperial Knights model, because he's a cool guy. I don't actually know what we'll get for rules.
That's the change.
Who needs to see buffs? Who needs to get buffs in this data slate?
Emperor Children.
Orcs need to get buffs. Emperor Children are fine.
No, I have bad models.
Who else needs some love in this one? Who's been languishing?
Imperial agents.
Imperial agents.
No,
Dude, don't buff agents. Man, I played one game into agents ever and I hated my life. I didn't want one out of the game so fast.
Why?
Because there's so many dudes. It's an army of he just like screens you with 4-up invuln dudes, and then once you get past that screen, you have to just kill like 70 dudes.
Isn't that fun?
No, it's long.
You know what the most fun
On
I've
a
ever
clock, it
had?
sucks.
The most fun I've ever had playing 40K was World Eaters versus GSC.
Ugh.
And
Yeah.
because it's in 10th edition, because it's like if I go first, I touch as much as I can, and I try to kill you faster than you come back.
Yeah.
And it's like you
That
can
is the game.
split with like a 10-man of Berserkers and pick up like 2 20-mans.
Right.
It's
yeah,
so
I can't
much
do that
fun.
with knights. It's not
It is
it's
so
not that
much
easy.
fun.
I have to like shoot effectively and charge effectively every single round with a million different things. And they have this weird I don't remember which unit it is, but they can throw grenades, like 18-inch grenades. And I'm like, and he did it to my Calidus assassin, and I'm like, there's no way that works.
Okay, first of all, this guy's acting like knights are hard to play, and he's
Knights are hard to
and he's
play.
complaining about Imperial agents being too strong right now.
Yeah, Imperial Agent's too strong.
Jakari could see some love.
Drakari should probably see some love, but how do you even buff them at this point? They got to hold attachment, and they're actually
With a codex.
yeah,
Just
that's
buff 'em
true.
with a
We do
codex.
need a codex, but we're not getting a codex yet.
Black Templars, I think, are actually kind of fine. I think this is the meta. They're subject to the meta.
Well, the Black Templars just got a codex. They're not going to get any changes
Yeah. I think they're going to be
At
pretty
all.
good, though.
Grey Knights won't see any changes at all. I hope we don't see any Marine buffs because I'm sick of playing against Ultramarines. I know they're kind of like not the big meta boogeyman anymore.
Ultramarines in like
I've been playing.
probably a year.
What? How have you been dodging all the Marine players? Jesus,
I think
they're all over the place.
Stormlance is actually one of the harder matchups for Death Guard, too.
Have you played Ultramarines recently?
All the time.
Dude, we're all playing Space Marines constantly.
Yeah.
Why are you dodging them? Stop.
I don't try. I've like all the anti-Marine Chaos armies. I would love to play.
Yeah, I guess you
any
would.
iteration of Space Marines.
Shout out to other casts from BC. I played him at the Edmonton Open. Beautiful Ultramarines army.
Really cool.
Nice dude too.
Super nice guy.
I would like to see some rebalancing in Emperor's Children.
You're not going to see any Emperor.
No, just help with flawless blades because nobody brings them.
I mean, that's not true. You probably could see some
It's because
changes.
you
How
won
long
all the
is-
box set. You won
I have 12 flawless blades, and none of them are ever gonna. Well, they're still getting painted.
How long has the Emperor's Children Codex been out now? It's like a few months, right?
Yeah,
3 months ish.
yeah,
Something like that.
The first week was Edmonton.
Yeah. So, not quite 3, maybe like 2.5 ish. Was Edmonton that long ago? I don't remember anymore.
As well.
I have no concept of time. You could see changes because there's really, really bad internal bounce in Emperor Shogun, obviously. So you could see some changes. Yeah, rewrite Fulgrim. That'd be cool.
Minimum down in points and homie can go through walls. Minimum.
My wish for the data slate is that troops get advance in charge. That's what I want. Troops in like Harlequin troops.
Harlequins need so much help.
Dude, Harlequins would be so cool. I mentioned this before we started recording, but I played Harlequins in Crusade, and Harlequins with advance in charge are so much fun. They're a blast to play. They were so much fun. And they also have a buff in Crusade for +1 damage into monsters and vehicles in combat, and I was like, okay, well, that's too strong. But
because I'll
take 70 of those.
Troops moving? It's 7.
It's 8 +2.
8 + 2, so 13 out of a transport.
Yeah.
So you can outrun a transport.
Oh,
so being able to advance his charge kind of lets the transport keep up, and that gives you like the hyper mobility. Give them -1 hit all the time in the detachment.
You can take -1 to hit on the troops.
No, like all the time.
Oh, just always on?
Like in the detachment for everything. Dude, they have a 29% win rate. Stop looking at me like that.
Yeah, but the problem is Eldar don't have a 29% win rate, so nothing will change.
Yeah, but what part of Eldar is bringing anything Harlequins?
None of them.
Harlequins are bringing like 60% Eldar right now.
Yeah, the actual ones, I know. It just doesn't feel good. You don't want to do that.
Just rewrite the detachment.
Any wishes for... Just even if it's unrealistic, Harlequin's not getting buffed, but what do you think?
Death Shroud down 40 points.
Death Shroud down. Sisters. I want to see some love to Sisters again.
I think it's fair, yeah.
Bringer Flame was a really fun detachment to play. I like to see that rule come back at 12 inches and not 6. Because it went from 12 inches to +1 strength.
Right.
To 6 inches +1 strength.
Right.
They mostly fixed all the other Miracle Dice generation. I think Triumph is fair for where it is. Like you just make an auto 6 as opposed to getting a free 6 and then your actual dice. Because there's just too much dice. But getting Sisters back in would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Sisters could see buffs for sure.
Yeah, and then having that like everything is assault and then getting in that inches, getting extra strength because they need to punch up a bit because they're just going to get slapped back in the face.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. Being at 6 inches was just a little too rough.
Sure.
Yeah. And the time they did it, though, at 6 inches, they also took away like any sort of miracle gen. So you were just sitting there like, oh, my God.
Yeah, that was when
you just made this army 20% win rate.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's when they nerfed them into the ground.
Yeah, just into the ground.
They disappeared immediately.
But I'd like to see that like come back because they've slowly, every single dynasty, they've given a little bit of love to them.
Yep.
And I think I'd like to see that. Because Halo Martyrs is the only detachment you play now.
Right. Yeah, because Bringers got whacked so hard.
Yeah, but then you can't really play the other ones, right?
I forgot there was other ones, but yep.
Yeah. Army of Faith lets you use 2, but then you can't generate as much, so who cares?
Right. Yeah, you don't have the luxury.
Yeah, it's not enough. Penitent Host, maybe some love to Penitent Host. See some melee.
They did change Penitent Host so that you don't have to pick the doctrines, right?
It's a doctrine now.
Yeah,
it's more like doctrines.
Yeah. Well, it was always but you were forced into doctrines. 1, 2, and 3. Boom, boom, boom.
So turn 1. I guess I take a 3-inch move.
Yeah, burning one of these. Cool. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way better though.
Yeah.
Cool. We're doing good okay on time, but we should go quick. Do we want to do a quick recap of League? Go straight into questions. We got a fair amount of questions. I think we probably just do questions. We will give a shout out to the League. Yeah, we got to give the fans their love. In our Discord, our Warhammer 40K Calgary Championship Discord, we asked you guys questions that you want to have answered. Some people were talking in the Discord, the podcast questions thread. You guys hear about this? You guys know about this?
No.
So I apologize. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a second while I look for questions because it's a little bit hard to find.
How's life?
What's up?
That's not what you say to that.
Sick. Thank you for burning time, you guys. I really appreciate that.
And we're back.
Very helpful. And we're back. Jesus Christ. Okay, so these questions, some of them were for the Grey Knights episode, so we're going to have to, sorry, David, we're going to muddle through.
No, you can ask any Grey Knights question. I can answer it with 100% accuracy.
We were, the first question from Brian was keeping it very simple. How do we play against Grey Knights? If I remember correctly, it's basically just like take up board space. Go occupy space. Their strength is their mobility, the uppy downy on everything, basically. So go take up board space, screen efficiently, and bully them.
Right, and you got to make the space and then force inefficient trades.
Yeah.
So if you throw some chaff in front of them and they have to kill it, what's killing that unit after? Because you killing that said unit it hurts their army quite a bit. It's usually like a quarter of their army. just killing one unit.
Yeah, they're expensive. They're
They're
expensive.
just super expensive.
That's why
super
as soon as they give you anything that isn't inherently a bad trade, immediately take it. Screen for the first 1 or 2 turns just to make sure you're not giving up any angles on like your units, and then literally just try to run them over.
Yeah.
If you have an army with that speed.
Yeah.
And I promise you they can't deal with it.
Yeah, they still don't hit super hard. Warp Bane is probably the one where they hit the hardest, or the Bamboozlers, what's it called? Sorry, the Banishers.
Banishers.
It's good in combat.
But again, they're hitting like you can choose which ones they're hitting.
That's right.
Right? Like if they're going to charge with a paladin.
As a knight player, we don't really have screens, but they don't want to hit knights anyway, so it's all good.
Thank you.
Oh, bless you. So yeah, go take up space, be a bully. Chris asked, will David just switch back to his beloved Grey Knights, or is he forever harvesting skulls for corn?
He's going back.
I think he said he's going to play Grey Knights.
Back.
He loves his Grey Knights. He wants to play them. So
Fraser's forcing him to play World Leaders in teams, and then he's going to go back.
Yeah, that's mean.
Well, because the conversation we had was, what's better between like my World Leaders and his Grey Knights, or his World Leaders and me having Emperor's Children? And I think we just kind of settled on me as a generalist, and then World Leaders kind of, if you're competent, can like kind of play itself as an army.
I don't believe you. I believe you're playing Eldar, and he's going to be playing World Leaders. So that's fine.
Damn, that's a hot take.
I don't believe that's
after what I did to Aiden. In the team tournament, David came over to a table I was playing Aiden at. He's like, Aiden, I need you to get a point out of this. And Aiden's like, I need 27 more points to get a single point out of this matchup.
Poor Aiden. Just got smashed.
Eldar, you think I'm on Eldar? Seriously?
Maybe. Aiden, very topically, asks, why is the Terminus Decree the worst 40k lore written in 10th edition? We pretty much had like a whole conversation about the Terminus Decree.
Long story short, lore does not matter. Next
Hold
question.
on. Before the fans come for us, before
question.
Ryan kicks that door in and shoots you with a gun. Lore does matter. Whoa, everybody calm down.
I'm immune to guns.
Bullets, my only weakness. The Terminus Decree, for those who may not have heard, was a little blurb of lore in the most recent Grey Knights book that basically said if the Emperor should ever get off the throne, like he either gets like reincarnated or I guess just walks off the throne, like gets better and walks off, the like final standing order for the Grey Knights is to put him back onto the throne. This, of course, is a super weird choice because it potentially blocks all cool like lore things that could happen in the future with the Emperor. Now, functionally, could the Grey Knights even do this? Probably not.
So they can't go through custodians.
So basically, it's if the Emperor moves, then all the custodians have to kill the Grey Knights.
Yeah, basically,
and they can.
Yeah, and they very much
it's
can.
Immediately a weird small civil war in a little section of the Imperium.
It's more of a hiccup, and they're just like, get out of here.
I don't know. The Grey Knights are kind of tough in lore, so hard to say. But it's very.
They have like anti-psychic everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Sisters of Silence are there too.
Yeah, Grey Knights can't do anything.
They're hosed.
Yeah,
except for Drago. Drago probably just like blows up all.
Hey,
the
Drago's gonna warp.
brain.
Yeah, but then Trajan comes and says, "Stop it."
Yeah, stop. So why is it the worst lore? Because it doesn't make any sense, and it pigeonholes Grey Knights into doing a weird thing that doesn't make any sense. Fraser asks, why does he hate Grey Knights?
Why do you hate Grey Knights?
You asked the question.
David plays them. Good question.
Good answer. Good answer. What else we got? This is Dan, I believe. Angry Zellers is Dan, right?
Yeah.
He asked... right, so he was asking the question, outside of reps, how do you guys work towards memorizing the rules for a new or even familiar army? He signed up for First GT in October, so still coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And he still feels like... during the chaos of a game, he has to have something to reference to in the game, even though he has like.
I mean, really, at the end of the
day,
it's reps for sure.
Yeah.
But
short answer is reps. But
the short answer is reps. But I tend to like even before a tournament, I actually go over all my own rules again.
Sure.
I look over my list and I make sure I'm getting it right. And then I look at some of the top players that I know of at a tournament, and maybe as a first GT you wouldn't really know, but. If you do know, like, oh, hey, this Fraser guy keeps winning GTs, you might look at his list.
He signed up for the Edmonton GT, so you can tell him to look me up.
So you can look at his list, and then you can go on Wikipedia, or you can go on to New Recruit, and you can kind of see what he's trying to do. And then, I mean, you're gonna have to figure out yourself, but you can see what the basic profiles are, and then oh, hey, I heard about Emperor's Children. They can advance charge.
Yeah.
But they can't do the same unit, right? Yeah, that's right. And that's what that talk goes. And then at the table. a lot of questions.
Just constantly ask questions.
Constantly ask questions, and do it so you're not wasting your own time. Like, do it in your deployment. Do it in your movement phase. Things that come up. There's basic questions like, what advanced charge do you have? Do you have fight on death? Do you have fallback shoot?
Threat range discussion during movement phases is like
that's it.
One of the most like pre-measuring and threat range discussion. 50% of 40K.
I remember I think it was the first time we played. It was just like Angron. I'm like, what's his threat range? And you just knew it off the top of your head. It's 28 inches. Okay, cool. I got to measure this away, right? Or like whatever it is.
It was 34.
28's an average though. So you measure that, right? So those are the kind of things that help you. And then the more you do it, the more tournaments you go, it's just going to be the same repetitive knowledge. Like plasma guns are all the same profile.
That's what I was going to say too, is what you don't like. Memorizing your data sheets is obviously very important. That does take some time, and reps is really the only way to do that. Having said that, there are like equivalent profiles across the game, right? Mm-hmm. So once you get familiar with what is an autocannon, what is a bolt pistol, what is a storm bolter, right? There's like, what is a melta-gun? Then even if you pick up a new army, you're like, oh, this is a fusion pistol. It's a melta-gun with one less strength, right? Move on with your life, right? Yeah, once you memorize kind of this like small core of profiles, you're pretty much good. Like, what is a Space Marine profile, right?
Yeah, like what's a power
What
fist?
Is a Terminator? What's a power fist? Same thing goes for like actual like units though, right? Like there is really only so much diversity, and once you like know the bulk of one of these armies, you can kind of get your head around.
Yeah,
almost all
and then
armies.
as you play, you start to get used to it. And
yeah. Just play more games. The short answer is play more games. Just play tons and tons of games as much as you can.
I think the post-game discussion's arguably more important too. Like if you're playing an opponent that like puts your shit in, talk to them and go, well, what should I have done differently? Like what did I do that made you feel good? And then like after the game, see
I had to laugh at that.
and then after the game, like if you genuinely care about getting better, think about the game. And think about like, oh, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have tried this next time. And you're not familiar, open your like codex then and go through and say, what could I have done like actual like solid rules wise here? And was it a movement mistake or was it me mismanaging like the rules of my army? Right. And you'll find that 90% of the mistakes you're making are probably movement mistakes.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah. Tactical mistakes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Hopefully that helps, Dan.
Think about it.
Tom did ask, what would it take to make Grandmaster Voldus more playable compared to the other character options?
He's already playable in an auto take.
Well, he didn't say auto take.
Take him in all your armies.
Dave said he is super good and is currently playable. He's battling for the same spot as one of the characters that gives you minus CP, right? So he's more durable. He makes the unit more durable. It's -1 to wound, I believe, if I remember.
-1 to hit.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just, but you're spending the same amount of points, and it's just like you might as well be taking the Brotherhood captain that actually helps you push your strategy a little bit forward.
Did you look this up before like coming to the episode, or is this just
Cass
like
is just a savant, dude?
Because I can't find my keys in the morning, like in my own home. So the fact that you're like rattling this off is like actually kind of impressive.
Cass is a smart guy.
Okay.
I just hide it.
He's got the tizzle.
You're very good at hiding it when we play. No, just
the one time I take the skew list, get my ass kicked. I'm gonna take this list. Is gonna beat Frazier. Fuck.
Okay, that does cover the questions from last time. I think we had a couple quick ones from that we spawned in today. Adam Green, me and Cass will not be going over our team composition for Saskatoon. Jake asked...
It was related to what we talked about.
He said opinions on how recent data slate changes could affect set events.
Watch the podcast.
We kind of just talked about it, so we're all good.
Double the
Jake,
Glow points.
Double like this right now, Jake, and comment.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine Glow getting nerfed?
We already answered this.
God.
Please nerf Glow. Good Lord.
He also asks, how will new Votann affect the events? I don't know anything about Votann yet. So.
I think it's more of a... We don't know yet. We don't know how it's going to settle. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a lot of good rules, but on paper, it looks like they kind of have this weird side grade.
Sure.
Right? Like they don't obviously hit as efficient anymore because you have to be on objectives. But then they have all these cool rules that like change the state of the game where people aren't really considering as much. Like that disembark at every phase is like, it's something that's really weird. That's
right. Yeah.
And it's adding a new mechanic to the game that you're going to have to then consider all the time. And then if you're taking all these different transports.
Well, you need to screen melee really easily. Like charges? Like in
yeah.
charge phase, you just go.
An out of phase disembark can be used as a screen.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying a way to beat them.
Hecaton.
Yeah, Adam's been mentioning like out of phase disembark. There's something about sticking an objective with like 20 OC on it, like stuff like that. Like,
and if you're struggling,
that's going to be changed.
And if you're struggling with knights, then apparently Thunderkin.
Yeah, they're all better.
Slap around knights a little bit.
Anti-vehicle and monster now.
Yeah.
So they used to be anti-vehicle
and 3 damage, where they were 2 damage.
That's
or
right.
D3.
That's right.
D3 or 2, one of the 2.
D3 shots, 3 damage. I think.
To answer your question, Jake, too early to tell. Hard to say. We had a question from Paul. Paul asks, will the current changes to points cost for knights affect list construction for team events? For sure, yes. Are knights players now incentivized to bring more dogs / armigers instead of max big knights? Kind of yet to be seen. I think armigers are... The problem is that the Helvrins that everybody was kind of taking as like a budget, they actually went up in points, 10 each. So it's like they were kind of a nice thing to like pad some points so you could fit extra stuff here and there. They're not really that anymore. So I think you're just going to see more this very similar amount of big knights.
I think big knights are still hard to beat.
Big knights are still great. They're not as a point sufficient, but they're still better for the points than the armigers.
The problem is that armigers aren't really like a stat check at
No.
T9.
No, they're not.
They
were at T10.
Hold your backfield and get occasional shots out if you're getting too close. That's really what they were. Or like, say you're on like layout 4, like, oh, I have a line on you, and I'm still on the point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. So to answer your question, the big knights aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Dan asks, what truly happened to the last episode? Did you get silenced by Games Workshop? No, the Inquisition actually canceled our episode because we were talking about Grey Knights, obviously.
Yeah.
What else we got here?
Thank God it was only the Grey Knights episode.
It's very lore.
And there wasn't
very lore accurate.
And there wasn't anything
I mean,
important.
the Inquisition was like, no, Grey Knights don't exist.
We're lucky to be alive right now, honestly.
But how does anybody know we actually had a Grey Knights episode? We could have just been gaslighting everybody.
We could. That's be such a big brain play.
Guys, we filmed this
That's
whole
too smart for us. Hold up. Sarah asks,
extra large helmet over here.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I looked up like huge hats once, or like I have a big head, like show me a hat kind of deal.
Shocked, yeah.
And it gave me like ads.
Yo.
It's like, you have a big fucking head. like every 3 ads on YouTube. I'm like, stop.
And a side grade, me and Fraser were at like a Stampede breakfast.
right.
We do the Stampede here in Calgary. We all wear cowboy hats. I tried on his hat, and it is fucking big. It's so dumb.
I had to custom order.
like putting your dad's hat on it, just like sinks down.
It was like 1 inch, 1.5 inches of space, just like this,
dude,
all the way
dude,
around.
I played college football, and I was the second player in the history of the team to ever need their 2XL helmet. And the last dude that had it was 6'8" and 320 pounds.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
You're in good company. Sarah asks, do we think people are going to be pivoting away from hammer and bloat drone spam? Sorry, do we think people will be pivoting away from pivoting away from hammer and bloat drone spam VV onto a more marine focused VV or champions build? Okay.
So
sorry, Sarah, I'm dumb.
There's lots to consider there. I think that the hammer build was the plug and play kind of Death Guard army. It didn't take a lot of skill to play. Now with the new nerfs, just attacking the Plague Burst crawlers, I do think that the hammer build's kind of gone. I'm sure there's a list, but I just don't think it's as efficient because really the extra points that they did have went into the chaff to protect their vehicles. Now that's kind of gone, and they're just going to get like charged by their bloat drones, and then that's gone, and then they're getting into the Plague Burst crawlers. So you're not going to have the turns to get to where you need to go. When it comes to VV and then COC, it just depends on what you want, what you think your meta is. Where VV is very heavy shooting and durable, because there's some great lists with Mortarion in it. And then there's you still get the Plague Marine shooty squad, and you can do the -1 damage, so you can really stave off like a lot of pressure. Where the COC list is more melee aggression. So it really depends on where you want to go and what you think your meta is going to be. Because in COC, you're not going to really be able to protect your guys as easy. And in VOV or VV, you can protect them and you can out attrition the opponent and really trade and kind of get those like smaller wins. But I mean, a win's a win. If you win by 5 points, 1 point, you still win the game.
Sure.
So it really depends on what your player style is and what you think the meta is going to be. I mean, I still love VV. having the demon prince there and the -1 damage just for like 1 CP is just so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it stays like a lot of damage. Like against EC, like are they even gonna fucking do anything?
No.
Like
no, they will not.
They can't do shit against that, right? So
yeah.
And in COC I love too. Like it's really good at killing knights. Like you're gonna get crit 5s on everything, and that knight is just fucking. I think I could Canis Rex 1 shot.
Very easily.
Yeah, and
without
easily.
any issue.
Like it was no problem at all.
Yeah.
So like these are the kind of things you got to consider. I'm trying COC in the league right now, and I haven't really played with it yet, but it looks fun.
Oh, did you? I didn't know you changed your list into COC. That's cool.
Yeah, I changed COC
Very cool.
in the league. Yeah,
Very cool.
because like Plague Marines weren't really hit in the data slate, so I was like, all right, well, I have 30 Plague Marines.
Send it.
So let's go.
You mean you took away your -1 damage in a league where I brought Emperor's Children?
Yes.
Interesting.
You think
funny.
they're mainly your ally?
Yeah.
I was born into it.
I like the way you think.
Molded by it.
Well, you know, there's other players besides you, Fraser.
Yeah, Fraser doesn't think that way.
Yeah,
He's like, this is
yeah.
the
It's only Cass
whole
and Fraser.
world revolves
Yeah.
around here.
Well, it's me, Cass, and Anthony generally. Like, we always want to use the finals, want to use the semifinals. Every time. You were actually round 2.
I'm not going to be in the finals. It's fine.
Last league. Round 2 or 3.
We were round 2 because our pairing was.
Oh, yeah, because it was pairing at the top.
Because we were pairing as the finals.
We fixed it. We fixed it for this league.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for all your questions. That is the end of the questions. And that probably wraps our episode. Yeah. So that wraps it for our episode, folks. Thank you so much for sitting with us for a while. Just listening to 3 jabronis ramble for a while. Fraser talked about stuff.
Just absolute garbage.
Cass talked about Death Guard. I talked about Knights. Very standard episode of Bloodbath Tactics. Thank you, Cass.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Fraser.
Thank you, guys.
Most awkward sign-off ever.
Hello.
Thank you.
I'm David.
Thank you for joining us, guys. Never forget to like, comment, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Bloodbath Tactics.
See ya.